Cool. You listened to the episode, right?
That's true.
Listen.
Okay, listen.
None of us did.
It's all right there. It should be painfully obvious
Right.
what happened.
Recap, look to the left.
One of us listened to the
That doesn't count. You listen to it while you make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I straight up didn't have time. I wanted to, though.
Same.
I don't get the notifications
I'm gonna listen to last week's
alright.
episode
There you
this
get it.
week.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That seemed like a good episode.
because I get a sea of YouTube notifications, and you're
Fine.
somewhere in the middle.
I can do a quick recap.
No, make Tyler do
I
it.
got it. I'm just waiting for these guys.
No.
All right.
I got it.
No, make Tyler do it.
No. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You do.
I
Lean
don't.
back in your chair.
Will save.
Put your feet up.
Hold on, I'm going to make my will save. So maybe I feel like doing it.
Worst intimidate
Yeah, I
check
tried doing it.
ever.
I got 16.
I also got a 16.
Matt, when you're doing an intimidate check, don't smile.
I wasn't trying to intimidate.
No, that was diplomacy.
Yeah, no, I would.
Aggressive diplomacy.
I am terrible at
Aggressive
doing that.
negotiation.
Smile during an intimidate check.
You
You're
can.
doing it wrong.
No, you totally can. If your mouth is full of bugs or missing teeth.
No.
Or full of bugs missing their teeth.
Sometimes a good smile at the wrong moment can be intimidating as
Shit,
fuck.
you're right.
He's not wrong.
So, last session, Meard the Wizard was wizarding the shit out of things.
Oh god, yeah.
He had everything prepared to a T, and then an explosion happened.
But he was prepared for it.
And then there were some really cool Spell Reaver noises,
Yeah.
and apparently the clock tower was under attack by a large clockwork monstrosity that we're calling the Reaver, because I have no creativity.
Didn't we call it the Reaper at one point?
Probably by
Yeah.
misspeaking.
Don't fear it.
Yeah.
It turns out, after closer investigation, that it was being controlled by their wayward companion, Shyla. So then Meard took it upon himself to jump into action to get everyone as quickly as possible up the tower by way of being picked up by the Reaver and deposited about halfway up the tower.
Violently and with great precision.
Right. As you were ascending the spider climb, the Reaver was then blasted to smithereens by disintegration spells and things like that. As it was falling into the tower, Shyla bailed by way of mere dimension dooring down and back up to catch her. Everyone then climbed up to the very top where they fought Shavaska, the demon queen, the demon queen of imprisonment, time, and all sorts of wonderful things like that. After dispatching her, after a very enjoyable fight, at least from my perspective,
Fuck
It
you.
was fun as shit.
I liked it because of the weird mechanics going on. But yeah, you leapt into the portal at the center of the tower. Unbeknownst to all of you, the tower was in the process of coming down.
How much experience in the tower?
None, because you weren't there to experience it.
That's fine.
So
Back
yeah.
Jeremiah.
Once you've killed a mountain, killing a tower is.
I
It's
wasn't
just
there
a
for
building.
that. It's just a building.
This guy wasn't there for that.
I was.
Jeremiah's corpse got left in the tower.
So, jumping into an opaque portal,
Your ass got left at the bottom.
Yeah.
We weren't even in the tower yet.
you got left in a field somewhere. It's not even a nice field, it's just rocks. You were left on some rocks.
No.
I
I
was
said
carried up at
sorry
least.
before I dropped his body, at least.
Did carry you for a while.
Right. Just in case.
Now
But then it's
we-
like, nope.
I mean, he made
The best
crazy-
part, too, is that if nothing touches your body or you're just out in
You're
there,
just going to be there forever.
you're pretty much going to be there forever because I put the unguent of timelessness on you, which means one day goes by for 1 year of time.
I get brought back as a cultist.
You'll stay fresh.
And you have, 30 days with a dead body to resurrect it?
You have many.
Yeah. So,
If someone comes back to that plane within 30 years and says, I need to talk to this guy, it might happen. Who knows?
we've got time for a plan. We just have to
I
find
still
your
love
body.
I still love the machine pauses and you just know she's face palming inside. That was the best part.
That was really good.
Thank you.
There were many best parts.
Oh, good.
And therefore-
No, actually the best part was the line of I even tried setting him on fire. Wow, you're really thorough.
Yeah.
It was on my fire.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because I hate it. No.
Good.
Stupid, I hate it, I don't want to play anymore.
This is dumb. I'm a terrible GM.
Run your own fucking
Just so I can play in it, please. So yes, Meard and his
Only when you cook it.
important notes from last session. Shyla had a fancy little potion that helped that brought Toad back to consciousness, albeit without spellcasting abilities, for 10 minutes. 3 minutes have gone by.
Yep.
So he has 7 minutes before he goes back to his sleeping beauty state. Krieger is still a robot.
Prince.
So Beard being the only flesh and blood person at the moment who is not going to, under some sort of curse, enchantment, or otherwise.
And Shiloh's with us.
Shiloh's there.
Oh, Shiloh's there too. My statement stands. You don't know her.
She's enchanting.
You don't know her.
You don't know. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I got bronchitis.
So, yeah. You all are the two fleshy folks. 3 fleshy folks. And 1 mechanical monstrosity. That is Krieger. Leap through the opaque portal and find themselves out the other side.
What do I see?
I don't know.
100 knowledge points.
Okay.
10.
Cool. Roll perception checks to see what you see.
We'll see what happens.
28.
23.
Nice.
17.
Okay.
Sorry, you're studying.
As we go through the portal.
So, coming out the other side, you find yourself underneath blue skies. Promising. The ground is mostly covered in plants. Promising. The plants don't seem to be looking at you or trying to eat you.
Promising.
Promising. The air does not, or the air smells delightfully spring fresh compared to where you just came from. It was also, well, I shouldn't say spring fresh. It smells kind of like that summer hot, or that summer heat smell where you would be near the coast. There's also a bit of that salt kind of in the air, but in a nice kind of hot and humid kind of a day.
So it's hot and salty?
Hot and salty.
So we're in the internet.
You are in the nutsack of the world.
I was thinking balls.
Yeah. There is
We're in Craig's
there
life.
is a towering fleshy pillar to your right.
Yep.
No.
We are in Craig's
What's
life.
that bump over there?
And the sun is just coming up.
We can't stay here.
You throw a frisbee and it hits you in the back of the head. No. Everything about where you are seems to at least reflect the material plane. However, where you are is definitely not where you were when you were here last. It seems that you're not out in the wilderness anywhere, but you are in a park. Because through a bunch of trees, things like that, you see buildings or large buildings, roads. There's a lot of chatter, but there is also screaming, knocking.
Like playful screaming, or like, ah, my leg! What have you done to my leg?
More battle-like.
Okay.
I would like knowledge geography or knowledge local from Krieger. Yeah, and you as well. And Meard.
3.
Knowledge geography?
Yes, or local, whichever you prefer. That's about right.
I rolled an 18, so 10.
Do I feel the warmth of Gorham within me?
No.
19.
You see some of the some soldiers running down the road a ways down, wearing the same regalia, so technically it should have been a knowledge nobility, but I don't care. The same symbology and iconography that you saw from the envoy in Lamplight. So you assume you are in Bastion.
Are we like, this is a field?
You're in a park
We're in a park.
in Bastion. The portal that you came through does not appear to be here. Like you turn around behind you, and there's a pond. There's nothing there.
Is anybody paying attention to us?
It seems like the attention is diverted elsewhere, as there is, like I said, lot of sounds of battle happening nearby. And you can see smoke and dust in the distance, but it seems that if this is an attack, it is recent because it still smells mostly like summertime. But yeah, the smells of death and battle and fire and all that kind of stuff, and debris hasn't really set in yet.
Okay. You're holding, or you're standing by yourself,
He's
right?
like,
Okay.
for 7 minutes.
Joe, would you like an Allegra?
No.
This podcast brought to you by Joe's Nose.
When it comes to allergies, Joe's knows.
Okay. So nobody is immediately around.
Right.
Attention seems to be somewhere else.
Yes.
Is there anything that looks like out of the city-ish at all that we can see from where we are? Or are we like in the middle of the city kind of thing? Or do we know?
Having never been to Bastion that you're aware of, it's hard to, it seems like you're within the city proper. The buildings around are fairly large.
Shyla.
What?
Do you know where we are in here? Have you ever been here?
Bastion?
Yeah. Like how close are we to out of Bastion?
Our Bastion?
Out.
Out Bastion.
Out of Bastion.
I-
Out of Bastion.
I just got here. I don't know.
Okay, you've never been here. That's all.
I've never been to this particular part. No.
Alright.
All the roofs are not color coded here for some reason.
Shyla, there's no time. Where are we going?
I don't know. We're out of. We've escaped at least.
Alright, fuck it. I pull out a scroll
Uh huh.
and I cast invisibility on Toad. And then I cast invisibility on Krieger and on Shyla. And I tell Krieger to follow us. No, that's not gonna work.
Are you going invisible?
I will
Okay.
after I'm done.
Oh, fine. Invisibility only fades if you do a hostile action. So you can
Okay.
cast spells all you want.
Then I do myself as well, and I put Krieger's hand on my shoulder and say, "Follow me."
Okay.
And I go,
Make
and
a,
I
okay.
like grab everybody else too, just kind of like everybody chain up.
Make a strength check.
Strength check.
Yes.
You're good at these? Come on. Nice.
5, maybe.
Okay.
There you go.
So you put your
Four.
hand.
Four.
You put Krieger's hand on your shoulder, and you start to walk, but it's like he's not budging at the moment. But then you eventually just go, okay, we're moving.
Okay.
Like,
And then
Krieger,
I
not so tight.
like-
then you can go.
Toad on him and Shyla on him, and
Okay.
let's go. And we just, I don't know. I just start walking to what looks like away from all of that and
Okay.
somewhere out.
Yeah, you do see plenty of debris well, not debris, but smoke and dust from. Well, you can see the sun, so it looks like from the south.
Okay.
What you know of Bastion is that it's unlike Lamplight. It's not on a hill. It's basically sits on a cliff. So this area itself is relatively flat.
Okay.
So there isn't going to be a high spot to speak of unless you go into some building and climb in the building.
No, I just want to keep going. Like, I'm trying to just find like an exit of the city, or at least a way so that it doesn't look like we're out of place.
Gotcha.
Like if there's like what looks like like an empty part of town, you know,
Gotcha.
something like that. If I find that first, then I want to duck in there.
Okay. Going away from, you see a lot of people kind of leaving the area,
Okay.
at least a lot of civilians, and then conversely, you see a lot of armored people, militia types, some folks in robes with stabs. So you see all sorts of types, kind of crossing paths, the people fleeing from the battle, and then the people rapidly going into battle. So there's kind of a cross flow that you could go either way, depending on how you want to proceed with this.
want to follow the civilians.
Okay. They are mostly heading north.
Okay.
You do pass through. You know, Bastion is basically the equivalent of Rome, so it's a mega city. It's even bigger than Lamplight was more spread out, but Bastion still has a really hefty footprint and it has built up, but it's very solid.
Okay.
It's the city that's withstood thousands of sieges.
And as we're going, if we don't end up in one of those two places before the spell's gonna go away, I kind of want to duck into like a corner or something, so that way we don't all just fucking apparate into existence around everybody.
Sure.
Hello, everybody. Get 'em.
Hi, boys.
Hi, boys.
How long until your invisibility lapses?
I have.
Is it a minute per level?
I think. Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
You're the one editing it. It's totally fine.
I can't remember. I think. Here it is. Hang on. 1 minute per level, so we have 9 minutes
Okay.
of travel. So he will be. Well,
I'll be
shit.
passed out before.
You have 7 minutes.
I have 7 minutes. Okay, so yeah.
So yeah, again, you would keep that in the back of your mind.
Actually, before that, I tell Krieger to pick up Toad, because Toad's holding him.
Mhm.
Tell him to pick him up with one arm. I go, Toad, let it happen.
Pick him up like a baby. You know,
Right.
the head
Very, very
right
giant baby.
Yeah, very, very giant, muscular baby.
Mhm.
And we keep walking.
Sure.
Cougar baby.
Yeah, you pass through. Looks like a small market, and there's evidence of damage throughout the entire place. Like here and there, you'll see buildings with the roofs caved in. It's not like World War II Berlin levels where it's mostly destroyed buildings. This area has some damage, not extensive damage, but some damage. It looks like as you go north and west, there is less and less damage.
Okay.
And you know that those are the northwest corner is basically the furthest distance from the walls as you can get. It's all sitting on the cliffs overlooking the sea.
Okay. So when we get over there, I want to try to find something that looks like it's boarded up or not being.
Sure.
used,
You can find a build. Looks like at one point it was a bakery.
Okay.
That the roof was half caved in, and the whole building itself is kind of at a weird slant.
Perfect. That works.
Is Klaatu joining this game?
Klaatu?
Klaatu? No? Okay. I just wasn't sure if we'd find him at the bakery or not. Poopa.
Batu?
Batu?
That's the one. Poopa.
Because he's baked?
Yeah.
I see now.
Anyway, so yeah.
He's hanging out with the astronomy guy, or the glass blower.
Yeah. Dude, we're so close right now. It's like I can reach out and touch you with my hand.
If you could back up, I have molten glass on the end of the stick.
It looks like the place has been this way for maybe between a week and a month.
Okay. That works. Yeah, I just want to duck in and then kind of get a quick assessment of what's going on, and if there's a back room or something that I can get away from the initial entrance and just get everybody in to a place where we can maybe bunker down.
You can get into the kitchen.
I will barricade the door with an armoire.
How about with a
bookcase?
Armoire and a bakery?
Yeah, it's a bakery.
A
big donut rack.
Yeah. I'll barricade the door with
the bread
donut racks.
Bread racks.
Yeah. Gotta do something useful before I pass out.
No.
Yeah. You have a couple minutes left.
I figured we'd sit here and just chit chat for a while.
Sure. Sounds
And
good.
then pass out.
Yeah, my initial plan, as I will share it with you who is awake for the moment, and Shyla, I just want to hold out here
for the rest of the year.
For like a day or two.
For at least 10 minutes.
Okay. And we'll reassess.
Catch his breath.
I have a plan potentially, but it's going to take me a little time to work out.
Cool. So you're going to hold up here. He's going to go back to sleep. He's going to wind down. He's going to continue to rot slowly.
I'm going to... in another plane of existence, I'm going to rewind up Krieger.
Okay.
And just, again, put him on watch.
He's your night watchman.
Yep.
Before I pass out, I'm going to take that Shavasca chain that I have and wrap it around my forearm.
Okay.
And then just, like, anchor it with some wire or something.
Okay.
Just so it doesn't slide.
Right. So it looked cool.
I want to wear it as a bracer.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
a fucking trophy. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's not every day you
It's a
kill a
fucking
demon
necklace out of
lord.
it. Like an
Fuck no.
80s rap.
I'm not Mr. T. I'm Terry Crews.
Bracer would be cooler. Plus, if you could figure out a way to attach it to your sword.
Right? I could be God of Dad.
It's funny you say that. I had an idea earlier for another character named Lang. And he's going to dual wield clubs.
What was that thing?
Clever Lang.
Clever Lang.
What was that thing that
18.
that Travis had on his axe?
Rocket.
Oh, the chain
Hey.
returning.
Chain of returning.
Right.
That'd be cool. Anyway.
I think it was 18.
Happy nerd.
It's Clever Lang.
He had rockets.
I'm very tired.
I like Ace.
I must break you.
I like a lot of it. I actually like the remake. It's good.
Of what?
18?
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's fun.
Why was Jumanji so good?
I don't know. It was great.
It was really good.
It was
really
just video gamey enough to be video gamey without going
Yeah,
like,
it didn't say, look how video gaming we
Yeah.
are, because then they would have gotten it wrong.
oh my god, we have health bars. No, it's you fucking respawn. That's awesome.
That's
Jack
so
Black gets
good.
eaten by a hippo like that.
Yeah. It
Spoilers.
was good.
I
Fuck
love that they
yourself.
used the respawn like effect
Mhm.
to cheat.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Brilliant.
Wong. That was so great.
Spoilers.
But
Yeah, make sure to put in the video description Jumanji spoilers ahead.
Can you imagine? Someone's like,
fuck you.
Oh, man.
Spoilers aren't a thing. Get wrecked.
Right.
I'm looking for a new D&D podcast. Maybe this one.
No, Jumanji was spoiled.
It has like only their mom's views, so it checks it out, and they're listening to it. They're like, "This isn't bad." They get all the way to this point. And they go, "I was gonna watch that tomorrow."
No,
They just
no,
quit.
that's not how it plays out. It
Speaking
plays
of-
out to about here, and then they get interrupted, and they pause it, and they go, "What, honey?" It's like, "Come on, we're gonna watch Jumanji." The new one? Yeah. All right, let me finish this, and I'll come watch it.
Let me
Like,
finish the next hour and a half of this
Jumanji
podcast.
spoilers. That's how it
So
would
there's
play out.
a WWE wrestler, bad guy, of course. He spoiled Infinity War on.
Fuck.
Did he?
He did.
In a
Nice.
show
Dick
or on,
move.
like, Twitter.
Not on Twitter.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad.
Nice.
That's
Just to
That's to be the heel.
be the
Yeah.
heel.
Fuck that guy.
That's
That's awesome.
commitment,
Yeah,
man.
no, that's
That dude's
solid.
gonna deal with a lot of hate.
Yeah. Anyway, you're in a bakery. It does not smell like bread.
Okay.
It smells like dust.
Cool. Good.
Just make
Yeah.
mom
At this
use
point, I just want to hold up, and I'm just gonna like sit here. I'm looking at books, talking to Shyla maybe
Mm-hmm.
about stuff. I'll ask her, it's like, do you have a plan to get out of here at all?
I'm just glad we're out of there.
Yeah, me too.
Where'd the portal go?
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe the other side was destroyed as we walked through it.
Mir, do you have
Maybe. I
paper
mean, the
and
tower was probably coming down and it crashed a reaver into it.
I don't know. Would I know if a portal has to have another side like that?
Knowledge Arcana.
None. Do you want me to use my new Knowledge Arcana or
Yes.
the old one for now?
You're doing
New one? Okay. That is a 9 plus 16.
25.
25.
It wasn't your strongest subject, but it depends entirely on the type of portal. If it's a persistent gateway, then yes, it needs to have one on either end. If it's not intended as a persistent gateway, then it could just be a temporary. It could just basically be
Like a temporary anchor to
Like a
one
shot-
side.
exactly.
Can be solid, but like
The other side can go any number of
destination
places.
changes. Okay.
However, with the 25, I'll give you this. Because of the nature of where it is and what it was used for, it may also have been hidden.
Oh.
But that is also possible.
What is that? Weird.
You did find yourself in a pond in a park somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. So,
Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil?
yeah.
Sweet, do that.
Out of anybody in this group, I have.
That's why I asked you.
Shit him out.
I'm going to start drawing.
Misha, let go of my dog.
Just
Walking with Charlie's pulling on her shoulder.
As best I can, I'm going to be drawing out a map of the Blue Glacier
Okay.
and how to get to
Your place?
my place.
Okay.
So like, here's the glacier. Do this. Go this way. Like I'm just gonna try and sketch out a map.
Okay, in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Rough map.
Yep.
Give me a knowledge geography. No. I would say give.
Could I
Craft art?
could I see him do this
Yeah.
and pull out my map and go point at it?
Can I tattoo this onto Mird's arm?
No. You get like a line and falls.
That'd be way better if it was a tattoo.
I'm just saying, I specifically have a map of this whole fucking planet.
Right.
Yeah, but is it zoomed in enough to get a specific trail?
No, but you can give me the general area.
He'll be attacked by barbarians once he gets in that general area.
Wendigos.
Cool. So,
Step one, don't die by Wendigo.
I take it you want to actually rest.
I want to. Well, I mean, I know we like from where we were. It was only like a couple hours after we gotten up.
Sure.
You're kind of spent though.
Yeah. I'm totally spent, which is why I want
But you want to spend the day
I want to
resting.
spend the night here.
If you want to do any crafting, like scrolls, things like that, perfect. You have all the stuff you need.
I would, but I'm pretty sure I've used all the spells that I need to replenish. So
That's fine.
except for floating disc. But
And you don't have to have the spell prepared to
Right.
scroll it.
oh, I don't.
No,
Oh,
you don't. I don't think you expend the spell.
Nope.
You just have to have it on your list. So, so basically, you're copying it out of the book into a scroll. Yeah, you're not casting it into the scroll. It's your kind of your file transfer.
You're not sacrificing the slot.
Oh, I thought the creation stuff specifically said you have to have that prepared for the day.
No, you have to be able to cast it.
Okay.
It has slightly different wording, but no, you don't have to prepare it.
No, I'll wait. I'm pretty sure I'm tapped for money to make them anyway. The ones I need. So.
I might have.
But I
some
appreciate the heads up. 'Cause
Sure.
I didn't even think of that.
I have 138 gold. It's not a lot.
Gonna be enough.
It's not a lot.
It's alright. I'm good.
Cool. All right. So you spend the day hunkered down. You do hear sounds of distant battle. You occasionally hear metal boots and clattering armor run by on the street. You also hear periodically more shuffling sounds and moaning of the injured being carted back into safety.
Can I have a core rulebook?
Yes.
By the way? I've repeatedly forgotten mine.
It's all groovy. I have like 3 of them.
I think you said.
I need to buy another Starfinder core book. I only have 1.
There can be only one?
So yeah, the night passes. It's consistent. It's not like there's an ongoing crazy battle happening. It seems to be much more methodical.
Like warfare.
Siege.
Siege warfare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like occasionally there'll be something. There'll be a crash, and then an hour later, another crash or some little skirmishes here and there. Just kind of keep the stress levels high. But
Okay.
that's about it. So it's a rough night, but you don't care, and you don't care, and
I'm too tired to care.
exactly.
We're not going to say it.
So eventually, you do wake up to first light as the broken out window happens to face the sun directly, and it just you kind of hunker down in the most comfortable spot you can find. It just happens to be laser beaming sunlight into your face first thing in the morning.
Cool.
What was Krieger's order?
Just keep watching.
Keep watching. Okay. You watch Shiloh leave at about 3 in the morning. She climbed out the window. Luckily, she didn't take any of anyone's shit. She just took her shit. And then left.
Wasn't told to do anything.
But you observed, and that's it.
Okay. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I get up, I see that Shiloh's gone. Well, fuck. Whatever. I'm gonna start studying to prepare my spells for the day.
Sure. You periodically kind of glance up at the cold ovens and just kind of wish you could smell the nice fresh bakery smells.
Oh, that'd
I thought there was going to be a Nazi joke.
be nice. Krieger, go get in that oven. Poetic justice. Okay, so now that I've prepared my spells, I would like to tell Krieger, go stand by Toad.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Okay. And I'm going to cast Break Enchantment on both of them.
Cool.
Because I can do freeze victims. Yeah. Up to one creature per level, all within 30 feet of each other.
Sure.
So, Break Enchantment.
Okay. And how does it work?
For each such effect, you make a caster level check. D20 plus caster level maximum plus 15.
Okay.
Okay. Against a DC of 11 plus the caster level of the effect.
Okay.
So, I will do that now.
Well, who are we doing first?
Let's do Toad.
Okay. Is the lesser functional of the two.
Yeah. D20 plus the caster level. Okay. It's not great. That's 15. Shit! Alright, what about Krieger? Neither? Or do I have to
Well, it's a check for each enchantment.
I do one on each one.
Yes.
Alright.
It's a different enchantment for each of them, so
Right.
try to get that.
Fuck you, really?
Another day will continue with the curses in place.
No, fuck that. I use my bonded object to recall my spell.
Okay. Bullshit, rewind.
Do over.
Mulligan. Wizard Mulligan.
We'll go with Toad again. Come on.
It's the same
Fuck,
thing.
it's the same thing.
Fuck.
Alright. Come on.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
Much
alright.
better.
16 plus 9 is 25.
25?
25 for Krieger.
And the DC is 11 plus the caster level?
11 plus the caster level.
Okay. You got 25?
I got a 25. Really? Shit! What fucking level was that bitch?
Missed it by that much.
God damn it. Alright. Well, that was my fucking bright idea for the day.
That was a good idea.
This is what Mirrod is doing.
Nope, this is
Both
it.
of those things failed, and he's just sitting here now.
Give me a perception check.
I need to be a better wizard. Maybe they were right.
It's a 39 or 29.
Holy shit.
What
Cool.
was that fucking roll?
So, as you get frustrated, it's just like, I need a drink or a snack or something. And as you go through your foodstuffs to find yourself some sort of snack, you find something in there that wasn't there before.
Is it fungus?
No.
Mold.
It's a small flask.
Small flask.
It's got something hanging from it.
Is that a tag? I would like to read the tag, if I can. I don't know what language it's in.
In case Sleeping Beauty needs to awaken.
That's what it says?
Mhm.
Okay.
Signed S.
Perfect. I walk over to give it to Toad.
It looks like the same thing she gave him last time. Or
Okay.
she dropped down on you last time, so it'll likely give you another 10 minutes of waiting time.
Okay. Actually, then before I do that, I'm going to look over my spells real quick.
Cool.
See if I want to make any changes. Or fuck. Damn it. I should have done that. That would have been a better idea.
It's okay. There's always tomorrow.
I got impatient.
Unless you die.
There's always tomorrow unless I die.
It's not like you're in a war-torn city.
Right. Well, okay. So my current plan is potentially try to leave or stay another night, hang out, and see if I can either break the spell tomorrow or do something else tomorrow to get us away from here. How far away is Bastion from, like, Lamplight in miles?
I actually need to do the math on this one of these days. It was 12 days to get from your place to Lamplight, and it's probably 10 to get to Bastion.
10 to Bastion? Okay, so because we're in the middle, right?
Yes,
How far would our place be?
about halfway, about 10 days from Bastion to the east.
How many miles a day do we travel?
That's what I need to do the math on.
Okay.
To get my
Would
scale
it be
nailed down
within
towards-
900?
Almost certainly.
Okay. That works then. I would like to stay.
Okay.
I would like to try to hang out here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit up and pay attention to shit and hopefully don't die.
Give me a fucking heart attack.
What?
You're in Bastion. No, I'm not. Poof. Well,
There goes all my plans.
sorry, Tyler. New character.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, keep in mind, you last left Harsk heading to Bastion. You were going to meet him there.
True.
So if you still want to bail, that's totally reasonable.
That's true. Didn't say we were going to meet up with Harsk.
Or where?
I had some school stuff.
In Bastion.
Hey, Horse. I'll meet you in New York. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, you'll be
Where in New
around
York?
shortly.
Eh,
Yeah,
around.
no, I had school stuff.
Oh, no worries. I didn't even notice. It was unobtrusive. You just say you're gonna hole up in the bakery still?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out.
All right.
Start baking.
I don't have anything to bake with. Is there any no?
Yeah.
No.
No, there's equipment and stores here still.
No, I don't want to do anything that might bring attention to the building.
That's reasonable. So, I would like over.
Beard is very good at sitting and being quiet for long periods of time.
That's awesome.
Bullshit.
So,
So-
is Todd when he's asleep.
Over the course, or sometime late afternoon, you're just pouring through books, trying to glean as much information as you can. You also have the full red page and downtime now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna check that out.
Okay, so you can just pouring through your book, comparing with the page.
How's the breaking chains?
Right.
Roll better.
Late afternoon, you start hearing a very odd noise.
Like odd, how odd?
It's kind of a very repetitive, like type of noise.
Is it outside? Is it really loud outside,
It's-
or is it quiet near the building?
It seems like it's
Or in the building, I guess.
it's a louder noise, and it's actually a few different. You can tell it's a few different things just doing this noise. But it sounds like it's definitely outside somewhere. And it's. Give me a perception check. Just because of its odd nature.
15.
Okay. It's just kind of pervading the area.
Okay.
Shit.
Is there anywhere I can go in the building to do I have a hole anywhere?
Sure,
a broken
there's
window
parts
or
of
something?
missing roof. There are a few windows.
Yeah, is there somewhere near the roof that I
Sure.
can climb up a little bit?
Totally.
Okay.
You can climb up on where the roof had collapsed. You can kind of climb up to the wall and give me another perception check.
22.
Okay, that's better. So, you do hear several of them, and they are coming from above you. Up above, you see large mechanical things. You've never seen anything quite like it. It seems like there's a large bag and a spinning blade on the back. But
like a bag hanging down or up?
It's a bag with a thing hanging off of it and a big spinny thing on the back.
Okay. I wanted to know if there was a bag of shit on the bottom or...
There is... You do notice that below that...
Is it inside?
There are things hanging from that. And it looks like there are 4 of these weird contraptions. And one of them is... It's probably a good 400 or 500 feet above you. And the things hanging from it, it looks like it has weird creatures. They seem to be moving a lot. And they're like kind of swinging from these ropes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Could I deduce that this is going to fuck me if it falls on me?
You easily deduce that.
Shit. Okay.
And as you deduce that, you see the ropes come free from the gondola of the airships.
Great.
And it looks like several things are falling, but 3 of them are going to be most pertinent to you at the moment.
Are they like right on top of us?
It's going to land probably very close on the street that you're on. Give me I'll say this. It looks like one of the things hanging that's going to fall is mechanical in nature. The other 2 look like bound up creatures.
Okay.
Give me a knowledge nature and a knowledge engineering. Well, knowledge nature would work for this too.
So you want both 2 rolls or 1?
2. 1 for each creature.
Knowledge nature is first. That's a 13.
13.
And you wanted, what was the other one?
Engineering.
That's a 9.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a 9.
Well, even with a 9, you could get a sense of what the design of the mechanical thing is. The two living creatures look like they're lizard-like in some fashion. However, they are fairly sizable. Let's see.
Mark Zuckerberg, only figure.
Yeah, it looks like they're medium-sized creatures. The mechanical thing is very clearly designed to be like a mechanical hydra.
Fuck.
And the heads writhing around, it's hard to get a count, but there are many. And they plummet onto the street.
Plummet onto the street. Okay. Fuck.
There are monsters in the street.
It was a bag.
Okay. Well. Fuck-a-do.
So, the 2 lizard creatures, you actually watch them collide with the ground. And there's kind of a mushy splorting sound as they impact. It, by all accounts, should have broken their legs. However, they stand right back up. And you can see the parts that did kind of come off of them right back up.
Okay.
The mechanical hydra crashes into the building across the street, and there's not really much of a building across the street anymore.
Awesome. This is super great.
Yeah, it's super fantastic.
Alright, I make sure that Krieger is wound up again.
He is, for the day.
And then...
I'm going to make some judgment calls for your character, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the back stuff. Okay.
Where... My current line of thinking is to just, like, buckle down in the building unless something starts attacking the building or they come in or something.
Sure.
But while I'm waiting, I want to try to, like, be ready to give Toad the flask.
Sure.
So...
Cool.
I
Got
don't
it.
know how that plays out timeline wise to like give it to him, but that's what I wanted to do.
Got it. So, Tyler,
Yes.
I don't have a name for your character yet.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a name for your character yet?
I do have a name for my character.
What's your name of the character?
Lyra.
Lyra?
Lyra.
I like it. Good name.
Cool.
So, Lyra, you're on about month 2 of your conscription.
How could we make a musical
You were in Bastion on other business, but stuff happens, and now you've been conscripted because you have abilities.
I do have abilities, yes.
So you're on month 2.
Okay.
Almost out.
Uh-huh.
Almost free.
Yay.
Pays decent. Because you can kind of negotiate, well, I got all these abilities. I'm gonna get paid for them if you're gonna keep me here. Because I could always just fucking leave.
Yeah.
I could smuggle myself out, whatever else. However you happen to justify to yourself. However, this particular tactic has been happening for about a week now. Unfortunately, in this case, one of these creature drops is happening really close to you as you're on your way to your typical post. And now you see, well, this is one of the larger things you've seen drop. But it looks like you're the only one in the general vicinity who could even remotely deal with this. What you choose to do here is entirely up to you.
Okay. You said it was a mechanical creature dropping from a...
Yes, it looks like a mechanical hydra, which you can identify, and give me a nature check for the other two.
Okay.
You don't know necessarily if you want to do a nature check or an engineering check to determine more about the hydra, go ahead.
I don't think either.
But you get the general design, it's a fucking hydra. Press a hydra with a tank, that's what you get.
16.
16 nature?
Yeah.
Okay. The other creatures look like some sort of basilisk.
Fun.
Yeah, good times.
So what you're saying is, Mir's going to be able to break the enchantment on Todd, and then I'm going to immediately be petrified.
Probably.
That's what I was
Great.
thinking.
I love being part of this team.
Yep. You're welcome. If I can't kill you with hit point damage, I will kill you with curses.
Being stoned isn't technically dead.
That's true.
Okay. And did I see the unknown people in the area?
No, they are still. He and his little gang are still hiding in a bakery. You're about a block away.
I'm about a block away.
You can see the drop happening, and you're about a block away. It's not a good day.
Okay.
It's been a real shit day. Breakfast was cold by the time you got there.
Yes.
It's just not a good fucking day.
Okay. Yeah, so, I'm going to then, I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
Okay.
Immediately. And then I'm gonna try to, if I'm alone, I'm gonna try to run and hide.
Okay. So, you try to run and hide, you're a block away, so yeah, you can successfully do that very easily. Because you have plenty of distance, and they don't seem to have noticed you yet. The Hydra, in trying to unentangle itself from the wreckage of the building it just crashed into, seems to be crashing into the next building over as well. Making that noise. It's a very tiny Hydra. It's like 6 inches tall.
One of the heads.
Yeah.
It's a small
Mhm.
little one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like a Deadpool hand to the head.
It's regenerating.
Makes your dick look huge.
Yeah.
And no, that strategy does not work on a mechanical Hydra.
Oh no. Damn it. No, you're absolutely right. Our normal Hydra strategy wouldn't work.
Right.
That sucks.
Cool. So yeah, the Hydra's crashing through another building, and the basilisks are kind of like rummaging around looking for things to eat. They're both going to roll perception checks. I would like some stealth checks from Krieger and Mute. Oh no.
So, when I leveled, you want to guess what I found?
What'd you find?
Several points that I didn't have in skills.
Oh, you should fix that.
You want to guess where I put them?
Stealth?
Stealth!
Hey.
Sorry, stealth check?
Yes, please.
Oh.
As you're hiding from the lizard creatures and the Hydra.
So, with my penalty, how do I say 22?
Not bad. You remain still.
Krieger
is
managed to
pretty
not
quiet.
move.
Right.
10.
Okay. So, Lyra, you see the basilisks like rummaging around for stuff. There's like an overturned barrel, and one of them just jams its head in there, just thrashing it around, and just disintegrates the barrel. The other one snaps its head up suddenly and bolts into a building across the street.
Do I recognize it as seeing a target?
Oh, it sees prey.
That's where I have to get involved now. Okay. I want to try to sneak in that.
Sure.
Like, if I can't sneak in that direction.
You're a block away. You can run, and they wouldn't notice you.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. In that case, how about some initiatives?
I rolled a 17.
There it is. No!
Did I already tell you
Did you
to?
roll it out?
10? Perfect. Trigger.
17?
Weird.
6.
Yeah, 70. That's why I've been on my phone.
No worries.
I'm doing it as a favor for Andrew.
Sure. Gotta keep the thing going.
Yeah, no, he's pissed that he finally got his dream job, and he's gonna get fired because not enough people signed up.
Well, and yeah, the LCC hates the fact that it has things at the airport.
Yeah.
It hates the flight school. It hates the maintenance school. When it's the best one in the region.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. They could be making so much money off it if they promote it.
Yep. Anyway,
local politics. So, yeah. Weird. You notice one of the basilisks seems to have sniffed you out.
Yay.
Apparently, being in another plane of existence and not taking a shower for a few days has left you a bit gamey.
Krieger smells fine, though, but...
no, Krieger smells gamey.
Right. Gamey!
Dude, you haven't been able to work out with a robot.
Right.
stronger, though.
But he hasn't had any loss either.
It's true.
Like,
So the basilisk is going to continue sniffing around. It hasn't busted through the door yet,
Okay.
but you can hear the large lizard
From the
thing
shit river?
sniffing and scratching at the front door,
You're immune to
and then kind of
disease.
moving over to the window.
Yes.
Lyra's running toward the scene. Mirrored, your turn.
I'm gonna, now that I've noticed this, I'm going to give Toad the flask.
Okay. You awaken for another 10 minutes. Very similar numb tongue to your god kind of thing. You have your main abilities, but you cannot cast spells.
There's a hole in the back of my psyche.
It's good.
What now? Did you fix it? Am I fixed?
Kind
Weird.
of. No.
You hear kind of a growling, scratching sound.
Is that why?
I'm working on it, yeah.
How much time do I have?
10 minutes.
I stand in front of the door.
Okay.
And draw my sword. Are we letting it in, or are we going out?
At that, you hear a multi-channeled mechanical screeching sound.
Do you want an initiative from me?
Yes, please.
Okay. 6.
Oh,
Yeah. See.
Perfect. Right, doubles at the bottom. Cool. So yeah, several different pitches, but they all seem to kind of. I'm losing the musical terms, but it seemed to be like a chorus of mechanical
Harmonized?
roars.
Harmonized?
Harmonized. Thank you.
So it sounds like a bunch of different sounds coming out of one channel.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Sweet. We're fighting Blaze to Midnight.
All we have to do is stab the speaker. Can we fight Blackstreet next?
Kenny Riley's gonna be tough.
Yeah, let's do it.
Casey and JoJo is next.
Oh. What about Marky Mark?
Quarter black.
Downgrade, though? It's fighting backwards.
Fuck. This is going great. So,
That's not be fun.
yeah.
The thing that's near us is the mechanical thing, right?
That's across the street in the building.
Oh, okay.
The thing that's scratching at the door is one of the lizards.
Okay.
Maybe both of them. It's hard to tell. There is, immediately after that screeching sound, you hear stomping of metal scraping and screeching across the cobblestone streets. And then there's light and smells as the top of the building is set aflame by a large gout of just greasy fire. And immediately after that, it's followed by just a jet of very viscous acid as it just kind of splashes across the structure and kind of starts dribbling down the walls. And you can hear and almost feel the wood sizzling and popping as the more soft structures begin to catch fire and burn around you.
It had to be fucking acid, too.
And fire.
I'm okay with fire, it's acid.
Is there any chance that this creature is a plant?
Thank you.
I wanted to ask that earlier.
If it's some sort of weird mechanic, it looks like it's... Well, we'll get to it once you can see the creature.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Is it related to a weirwood?
No, give me a perception check.
Because that is a plant-type construct.
What'd you get for a perception check?
He just woke up.
I know.
He's had a
40
long day.
rubbed sleep out of his eyes.
That explains why I keep rolling 2s. 14.
Okay. You, across the way, you see a creature from legend, except it's made of metal. It's a hydra, and with hydras, it's kind of like heads are flowering from a central neck stalk, but no, it is in no way a plant.
I love that Matt gives us great explanations as we build our hopes that this is gonna come to what we want.
And then he cock blocks you.
It's just a big.
Have you
middle,
met Matt?
Right? Just a big middle finger at the end.
Just gonna say, I didn't expect it to be plant type, but the fact that you cock teased me like that really hurts, bro.
At least it's a sword, not an axe.
It's true. Thank you for that.
Yes, weapon. And that wasn't a birthday thing.
I was absolutely fine giving that to Krieger.
Yeah.
Because then he would have fucking owed me.
Right. That was the Hydra's turn. Krieger's turn. Your orders are to keep watch, because you haven't been given other orders.
Oh,
Right.
Can I yell?
It's a free action to speak.
Alright. Attack the thing! Kill the Hydra! Does that work?
Oh, yeah.
Just so
Kill the Hydra? Okay.
Kill the Hydra.
How far away is it?
It's across the street about 15 feet outside of the building, so 20 feet from you.
Use your best judgment in the fight.
His intelligence is 0. He has no judgment.
He just stands there. Fine.
Just to remind you.
He shuts down.
Both of us used to work at Symantec, so our semantics are strong.
Krieger's gonna rush up to it and
Keep in mind, the door is shut. You will have to burst through the window.
And I'm in front of the door.
I'd rather burst through the door.
He's in front. Well, a bread rack and a door and a toad are in the way of the door. There's a window.
Can I do stunning interruption with the window?
You can.
Well, you can do stunning eruption.
With the wall, even.
Not interruption.
No, you totally can.
Yeah, it absolutely
It's the perfect time to, because they don't know you're there.
Perfect. I'll do it.
Okay, how does that work?
Fuck. I'd have to look it up.
That's on you.
Never done it before.
It's all good.
I do remember off the top of my head, it is
Larry,
all
you're going to be up soon.
creatures, not
But
all
you're up next time.
opponents. So anyone within the range, including friends, have to make the save.
I would say it's directional, so...
It might be in the room. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It might specifically say
I'm not-
in the room that you're going into.
I'm gonna rule it as reasonably
The
directional.
violence of your arrival is so great that all characters within 20 feet of your entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's directional, so like the people behind that can see you doing this, it's not that shocking.
Yeah.
It's still cool as shit.
And it should say the mechanics of how to pull it off in the feat description.
Oh yeah.
I would also
That's
like
what I
Krieger to yell Thunderstruck when he gets through the door.
Oh yeah!
Or oh yeah.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Just burst through the wall. Ladies!
Ladies. Krieger wants to
He
fuck.
just breaks through the wall. Has just been revoked.
It's just been removed.
So they need a fort save. The DC is 10 plus.
Don't you have to do a thing first?
Or does it just do?
You have to sunder the wall to be able to get through it.
Yeah, make that attack. Make a CMB
You
check
have
on the
to
wall.
break through the door, window, or wall to enter the room.
Or
That's on
window.
you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have to jump through the window.
Okay.
You have to make your check to get through.
So make a CMB check, or is it an attack roll? CMB.
So Sunder.
Yeah, so CMB.
CMB.
So D20 plus your CMB.
But you do add your Sunder bonus.
Ah, nice. 17.
That's plenty to bust through a very dilapidated wall.
Right. So they need to make a fort save. DC is equal to 10 plus my base attack bonus, which is 9. So
Okay.
19.
19. What a fort save?
Yep.
Okay, we'll do the basilisks first because they are closest. Their fort save is rather good. One of them is fine, the other is not. And the Hydra, which is still in range, makes
That's what
it. Yes.
To read and listen.
Yes. So one of the Hydras, or one of the basilisks fail. The other basilisk and the Hydra succeed.
Now's your time to shine. Say it. Say the words.
What did you do?
Say the
I
word!
can't talk.
They're stunned for... Those that failed to save are stunned for 1 round. Those that succeeded
Krieger can't
are
talk.
shaken for 1d4.
Right.
Those are the words.
I thought you meant the
The
line.
mechanical words.
Wait, the ones that saved are shaken, and the ones who failed are just
Stunned.
stunned.
Yep.
Cool.
Shaken gets penalties, stunned,
You don't act.
Oh, wait.
Do you have a quippy robotic one-liner?
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Beep boop. Fuck the wall.
Beep boop at the wall.
How much experience for the wall?
Cool.
It's for 1d4 rounds.
So roll a d4.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
2.
Dead or alive, hold
And
the wall.
that's stunned for 1 round and shaken for 2, or stunned and shaken?
Shaken for the ones that failed.
Okay. But is the stun also 1d4 rounds?
No,
no.
stun is 1 round.
Okay.
Just 1 round.
I just wanted to clarify.
Including, if he does that during a surprise round, it's they don't get to partake in
Sure.
the surprise, and they're stunned for another round.
I would say for Krieger, it would be more, put down your weapons. You have 30 seconds to comply.
I will shoot you in the dick and cover you in acid. God, that movie was brutal.
I'm glad I saw it when I was 5. I'm not.
I have been programmed to be as loyal as a puppy. That wasn't one of the better
No.
moments.
Cool. So one of the basilisks, the one you basically erupted right next to, is completely stunned and knocked over onto its back.
Perfect.
The other one is shaken, and the Hydra. Give me a perception check, please.
25.
You scan 9 total heads.
Alright. Scan. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That was Krieger's turn. One of the basilisks does fuck all nothing. The other one would love to stare at you. I need a report save, please.
$11.
Krieger turns to stone. Brrr, statue!
Does it work being I'm a construct?
It works.
Fuck.
Saving you from beyond the
God damn it.
Did Cougar turn the stone?
He turned to stone.
He did.
I'm turning.
Fuck, really?
Uh-huh.
It's
So
in
he
a-
bursts out and you just...
It's in a very cool pose.
Right.
Can I see it from where I am?
Yes.
I just muttered to myself, he's so fucking hard right now.
That brings us to Lyra. So, you know, at one point this was a bakery. You could still
Don't
see
let
the sign
Krieger
that's
dies,
now
it's
on
on
fire
you.
of a
Fuck you, you're
loaf of
Don't
bread.
let him die.
The wall
Dimension door above him.
after the building set on fire by what looks like one head breathing
Roll
fire,
one.
one head breathing acid.
On my porch.
The walls explodes like a bomb went off.
Items is affected.
You know
One of your
bombs.
items
You've
is
seen how it is.
affected.
Is it?
Dealt with
Roll
wizards.
a 1.
It looks like a bomb went off, and
attack rolls.
a
On
large
saves,
armored
if you roll
thing
a 1 of your items is affected.
looks like one of the biggest knights that you've ever
Your
seen in
hammer.
weird, sharp, jagged-looking armor explodes out of the wall, and then you can see him immediately just turn to stone, as in like a.
Point of note.
Uh-huh.
One of his items is affected.
You roll a 1.
You rolled a 1. That's important.
I didn't realize it was for saves too.
Yep. Well,
It's his hammer. It's his hammer. It's his hammer. It's his hammer.
that's stowed away.
Oh.
So is a shield.
Is his shield out?
No, it's stowed away.
But
It's his gauntlets.
you know what's not stored away?
His cock ring?
His new gloves.
What do you have on
Oh no,
your
the
person
gloves
right now,
are part
Krieger?
of his armor.
To his armor.
Just his armor?
Yep.
Just his
So,
armor.
then it's his armor.
So yeah, so not only does like, the body freeze out, but
It is my backpack.
roll. Well, no, roll for it.
My shoelace. Come on,
I'll
man.
roll for
Count.
Nope, it's your armor. So yeah,
Fuck.
you've seen a few basilisks here and there. Typically, when someone gets turned to stone,
Guys.
it's they turn to stone, but their gear is still their gear.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, the entire being turns into a statue.
Characters are stone.
Okay.
Fuck, we should have saw this.
But it is your turn. Having run, you were about, say, 100 feet away at this point.
Okay.
You are still
Cast
not
this
necessarily
enchant.
hidden, but you are. The creatures are not aware of your presence.
Awesome. Important question, because I'm new to this whole magic thing.
Totally fine.
The magic missile. You get another one based off caster level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So-
you are level 8.
Yes.
So
Well, if I may,
Mhm.
caster level is your level
Uh-huh.
unless you have levels not in your spellcasting.
yeah.
So
So, if
you're
you have a
a
level
level-
fighter.
So I'm still casting this at level 1, but I
No,
get
it's
it.
a level
no,
1
no,
spell.
It's a level 1 slot. You are
That's what I mean.
casting it as a level 8 spellcaster.
Okay.
But, like, if you took 4 levels of fighter, then your caster level would be 4 levels below your total.
You're
So,
gonna have
you are-
4 missiles.
You are casting a first level spell
Level
as an 8th level caster.
Excellent. That's what I needed to know.
So you get, like Joe just said, you get 4 missiles.
Yep. And that's what I'm going to do.
Nice. So 44 plus 4.
Just for the record, Tyler, you can send the missiles to different
Anywhere you
targets.
Uh huh.
So you can split it 2 and 2.
Or you can concentrate.
How many are in the bakery? Just the one?
Nothing is in the bakery. The large stone thing erupted from it,
Mhm.
but there are 2 basilisks in the street that were like scratching at the door before this happened, and then there's the Hydra in the street, like breathing onto the building. So there are
Okay.
3 total creatures.
I want to divide my missiles between the 2
Basilisks?
basilisks.
Okay. So 2d4 plus 2. Just note which damage is going to which ones.
Cool. 9 damage for one of them.
Okay, we'll call that 1. That's the one that's on its back and was stunned.
Okay.
I had a plan and it might go terribly wrong place.
And this is
Seven.
Hey,
This is mine.
it matches
Yeah.
his.
Yep.
How'd you guys do
7
that?
for
That's
2.
my same face.
And I just wanna call out. Is anyone in there? Can you hear me?
Can I hear that?
Krieger's gonna get fucked.
Give a perception check. Did you want to move at all, or just stay at 100 feet?
Well, I'm staying.
20.
Okay, yeah, you totally hear.
I hear her pulse.
You hear a voice from down the street to your left. Is anyone in there?
I got 29.
Nice.
I can hear it.
What do your magic missiles look like?
They're beautiful golden. I think like
Darts.
I was thinking like fireworks that leave a sparkly trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they kind of like spiral? Or are they nice little straight,
Nice
smooth
strong
streaks?
camp.
You need to fucking play HOTS because you're basically Tyrande.
Okay.
That's compliment.
It's
That
it's
bitch
fine.
is impossible.
So yeah,
to
you
take
see
down.
the 2 of you don't because you're stoned. The 2 of you see golden,
2 stoned,
golden
Krieger
spears of
stone.
light. Yeah. 2 golden spears of light hit each basilisk.
Technically alive.
Yeah,
Is that
they're
about
both
accurate?
technically.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
now.
Cool.
If you'd like me to change it up,
No, I
Why
like
not
that.
age?
it's your character. You have flavor
This
as you wish.
is so
I see this
hard.
and I go, ugh, how gaudy. I'm just kidding.
You're so good at making friends, Mird. You're so fucking good at it.
I didn't actually do it. I was kidding.
That was Lyra. Mir, your turn, sir.
Okay, so I see Krieger now stone.
Yes.
Do I see the thing that is fighting him?
Well, nothing is fighting him at the moment.
Well, I mean, can I see the basilisk?
You can see the basilisk, one in the open. It's upside down on the ground in the open hole in the wall that used to be there.
Okay.
The other one, you can see like scratching through a hole in the at the door.
How close are they together?
There's one, then 5 foot gap, and then another one.
Cool. I'm gonna fucking hit fireball on it.
Cool.
And it
Out into the street.
Yeah, it should radius to the other one, right?
You can hit the Hydra too.
Huh?
You can hit the Hydra too with a fireball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, shit. Would I think that that's gonna hurt Stone Krieger?
No.
Okay.
You don't want to accidentally singe the statue, but you'll torch me to wake me up.
It is all fire.
That
damage.
was a completely different scenario.
To wake you up.
So if it was like explosive or sonic damage, something like that,
Okay.
then it would damage the stone. But this is just going to just char the stone.
Okay, perfect. That works.
So there's no reflex saves. All of them fail.
Ooh, and can I do my...
Empowered? Yeah. So again, you channel Tefra's energy through the staff. You feel the blood boil hot. And again, that molten red, almost ooze-like fire erupts from the bakery and detonates.
Okay, so that's half over, right?
Yep, 50% more dice.
Okay, so I can roll 9 now. That would be 4 more.
Yes,
Right.
so 13 total dice.
Alright.
You need one of these, dude.
Nope, it's way more satisfying to do that.
Hey, Toad, how many 6
Until you have to
dice did you
count.
roll?
9.
Yeah, suck it.
Mine doesn't take a slot.
Yeah, fuck off. Okay, 5, 7, 11, 15, 17, 20, 26, 29, 30, 41.
41 points of damage?
41 points of damage.
Nice. Fuck. To all of them.
Yep.
Now, is that to each head?
So,
41, 41, 41, 41, 41?
so both of the basilisks are not blown to pieces, but very badly burned, and parts of them have exploded away. Parts of them have started to melt off of them. But they are still...
Can I have like a dramatic flare of like magic smoke that once it hits and it kind of poofs up, it's just a middle finger in the direction I saw the golden...
You're a wizard. Of course you can. So, for some reason, you've seen fireballs before, but
I don't know who's over there.
this is different. This is much gooier than a regular fireball. And for some reason, like off of each of the basilisks, as their bodies begin to sizzle and pop, the smoke coming off of it forms a universally rude gesture.
Like I said.
The Hydra seems unaffected.
Really? Completely?
Apparently, it's made of mostly cast iron.
Fuck. Alright. Alright. That's fine.
What you need is frost spell. Heat it up, heat it up. Frost.
So that was mirrored. Toad,
I have a question for you.
by all means.
I know I don't get spells, but do I still have my sacred weapon ability? It's a class ability.
Yes.
Okay.
You have your class abilities, you do not have your spells.
Okay. I haven't used this yet.
Okay, that's cool.
So I'm just double checking a couple things. That said, no, okay. As a swift action, I will turn it on, and at this level, I can either add a +2 to my weapon, +2 enhancement bonus, or I can add various properties.
Okay.
If I can not fat finger the link,
Okay.
I'm going to add shock and brilliant energy.
Ooh, cool. It's a
Shock,
great lightsaber.
shock doing 1d6 of
Wait, Shock's
lightning
here?
damage. Yeah. Brilliant energy reads as follows. The weapon is transformed into light. It always gives off light as a torch. A brilliant energy weapon ignores non-living matter. Armor and shield bonuses to AC, including any enhancement bonuses to that armor, do not count against it because the weapon passes through armor.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's a 10-foot lightsaber.
Nice.
That's electrified.
It's
and dripping
electrified.
with acid.
Right.
Yeah.
What color is it?
It ignores
Gold?
non-living matter.
No. It's going to... If steel was a light bulb.
Sure.
No, it's just
Yeah.
a horrible movie.
That is a god awful movie.
I loved it as a kid.
And I will go past Krieger and hit a thing.
Okay. You hit the Hydra or the Basilisks?
Which one is right next to Krieger?
Basilisk.
Basilisk?
There's two of them. Both of them are very, 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 very badly hurt.
Yeah, I'll kill a Basilisk.
Okay. How long does your nonsense last?
It's 1 round per level.
Cool.
I got a 25 to hit.
You hit, it dies.
No, I take it back. I take it back. It was a 19 to hit.
Still hits.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Let me double check.
Wow, that seems like a lot less dice
Oh,
than
wait.
I rolled.
Wait a second. Hold on. You said you ignore armor?
Ed, what
That
are
include
numbers?
natural armor.
Armor and shield bonuses to AC do not count against it because the weapon passes through armor. Dexterity, deflection, dodge, natural armor, and other such bonuses still apply.
Okay, so
What did you roll with all yours?
because these are still natural creatures, it does have pretty high natural armor, so it does not hit.
32,
Okay.
With a 19.
That's fine. I forgot the -6 from my strength.
Oh, right, because you
You
still have
ignore
short strength damage.
11 of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I loosened it.
Yeah. That was Todd?
That was tough.
Okay, that's all you want to do, so that's all good.
I swift moved and
Yeah,
attacked.
I just wanted to double check, make sure. Next up is Hydra. So, the Hydra is going to move forward. And 2 heads are going to bite at the new target.
It's me.
That's you.
It's me. Good news. Hit points aren't based off strength.
What is your armor class?
27.
And get to the right creature. 27?
27. As of this level.
1 head bites you
A dick.
for
What a dickhead.
8 points of damage.
Oh,
The other one tries to bite you, but only manages to grab at armor
Mhm.
and not actually gain any purchase, as its large metal teeth just kind of scrape and pull and tug, but don't actually injure, which is great for you.
You're getting tugged off by a head.
The
On your big force.
let's see, you are still 100 feet away.
2 big penises.
We'll see who lasts longer.
So I'm going to do this. There are 7 heads left.
No, no. Hi, I'm taking a Hydra.
So let's see. I'm just gonna
Higher
get.
AC than I do.
I noticed that the fireball
Fire
didn't
help
do
too.
shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh, now I'm back down to double
1, 2,
digits.
3, 4, 5,
Before, I think you're 2 or 3 ahead of me, aren't you?
6,
I'm at
7.
107 max.
Yeah, I'm down 5.
Okay, Todd. High or low?
What?
High or low?
Always high?
Always high.
Always high. Except when you're low.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I see a 2. I see a 2. And a 4. I like those.
Okay.
That's another 4.
So
I like those.
I need. Is this really how it's gonna work? Okay.
I can take it.
I need
So it's come to this.
1, 2, 3. I need 4 reflex saves.
Okay.
And Meared, I need 3 reflex saves.
3 reflex saves.
Yes.
Got
Oh, hell yeah!
Nice.
A 30 is my lowest so far.
It's a DC 18 for both of you.
I have to get a 5.
Nice.
Why can't I roll like that on attacks? Yeah, no, my lowest was a 26.
So you save
Yeah.
on all
Come
4.
on, Joe, you can do it.
Oh, was any of my attack damage that I took electricity, fire, or cold?
Like in the previous
Oh,
combat?
fuck,
when I got
you're
bit.
screwed.
When you got bit?
Oh,
No, it was
okay.
all
All
mechanical.
slashing?
It was all piercing.
Okay.
We all
Um,
died to a Hydra.
So you saved all those. Let's see, I need.
I'm saving my ass off. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
that's great. You saved against all of them.
Said reflex, right?
Yeah.
I need more d6s.
And Joe, I'm rolling 10 d6s right here. You go.
Thank you.
How many do you need?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
10?
7.
7? There you go.
Perfect. All the same color, so I don't mix and match.
Yeah.
So, just make sure I have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
That's not great for us.
6, 10, 20, 30, 42. You take 21 points. Half of that is acid.
I take 21.
Yeah, so take 10 points of acid, 11 points of fire.
Okay, is it one hit from fire or multiple hits from fire?
2 hits from fire, 2 hits from acid.
Okay, because I have fire resist 5.
Oh, in that case,
Nice.
subtract 10 of that from fire damage.
Okay, so
Because it's individual breath attacks.
yeah. Now I'm trying to remember how much damage you said initially.
So yeah, you basically absorb all of the fire damage,
Yeah.
but you take 11 points of acid damage.
11 acid. Okay.
Yeah, so there's 21 total.
Okay.
How did your saves go?
11, 18, and a 10.
So you take...
It's not great.
So, okay, so I need to do... Let's see. High or low?
Low.
Okay. So, low is going to be acid, high is going to be fire.
Okay.
That's a 20.
Fuck.
So, fire, acid.
Okay.
Okay. So 2 fires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is what I've been doing to people.
I regret everything. I'm a dick.
I'm an asshole.
And 3 for acid. So,
I wanna help,
actually, I should do this.
but I can't.
3 fire.
Hide behind it.
3 fire. So 10, 11,
I find Stone Krieger.
and
He melts to
Pick
acid.
him up and use him as a shield.
So you saved once against 1 fire.
Okay.
So from that you take 6.
Okay.
The other one still hits you full on. You take 11 from that, so 17 fire damage.
Okay.
And then you only take 6 points of acid damage.
Okay. So 23 altogether?
All together, yes.
Like 3/4 of Joe's head.
9 breath attacks is hard to track.
Yeah.
Cool. That was the Hydra's turn. Basilisk's turn. Yeah. So,
Have we killed anything yet?
not yet.
Got close.
So,
I missed.
um,
I don't like losing 11 strength.
the basilisks are going to flank
Oh, fuck,
and
you
bite
still down strength?
at Todd.
Oh, man.
A lot of it.
Half of it, in fact.
You got one back though, right? Because we slept.
That's why I'm at 11.
Okay.
So both
So
basilisks coming at you from your flanks, you manage to both bat one away with an elbow, and the other one you just kind of knock away with the hilt of your sword.
Nice.
They're both so weak they really can't fight too strongly against you.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. And that's the basilisk's turn. Lyra, you are up. What would you
Okay.
like to do?
I want to.
We never answered.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
anyone
no.
in there?
No, you never did.
Nope.
I'm gonna fucking answer.
She can assume, based on the fireball, you
Yeah.
escaping the room and
Fireball with the
Yeah.
flaming middle
Middle
finger.
Right. There's an assumption that someone's in there.
Yeah.
They seem to be reasonably powerful as well.
Indeed.
So, hey, at least you have some backup.
More magic missiles.
More magic missiles at the same creatures?
Same creatures.
Okay.
Same
so,
basilisks.
perfect.
7 for one.
Okay.
So
And to the other?
And to the other,
This
you
is
have
next to Nick.
10.
Okay. So, 2 more spears of
hear
golden
him.
light punch through.
One.
One of them kind of swirls around Todd and then kind of curls up and then does a high yo-yo and impacts it straight in the brain pan. The other one kind of goes in straight through the gut, and both basilisks fall flat and dead.
Awesome.
Thank fucking Christ.
Now
Or whoever it is throwing magic.
that their enchantment's broken.
I high five Krieger.
Nope.
Nope. That's not how that works.
Still high
You're
five.
stoned.
Would you like to move at all?
Yeah, I'll run towards the building.
Okay. 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you're small or whatever.
Yep, 30 feet.
All right. So you've left the building. Give me a perception check.
Give me a what?
Perception, please.
You got it.
Toad.
29.
29. So looking to the left where those golden missiles come from, you see
You see a figure in a white robes with gold trim. Average height, humanoid. Fair skin.
hair, no hair, under hat,
Under hood.
Under hood.
Hood. Okay.
Looks priesty.
Fair enough. I give you one of these. Ah, and turn to face the Hydra.
Mir, you're up.
Sweet. The Hydra didn't get affected by fire, right?
Give me a knowledge arcana. Or a knowledge... Yeah, this is a construct, magical construct of some sort.
Knowledge Arcana?
Yeah.
That's going to be a big number. 32.
Okay, so, just judging from the properties of this thing, cold damage would probably be very effective against it. Acid might be, it's hard to tell. Electricity also probably would do very well against it.
How about... Hang on. Sorry.
How about bleed?
I haven't
How
printed
does
out
bleed
new
work?
spell cards yet. I need to do that when I get home.
You know, I could bump this up to 11 d6s. Right now.
Thankfully, you're such a humble guy.
Yeah.
A humble.
I'm the most humble.
Yeah, work with this guy. You must have a mistake for someone
I'm
else.
technically the team lead for our project.
Voted
He's-
on by himself.
Voted on by Andrew.
Is this a living creature? It's not, because it's mechanical,
It's
right?
mechanical.
Fuck.
It does seem to move like it's living.
Well, that limits my abilities some.
It does seem like it's... It does move like it's a living creature,
He can't
and
use his necromancy.
it definitely seems in line with what you saw at the factory in the Mechanum.
Okay.
So it might have some living bits and pieces, or it might have some sense of a living being within it. So it might work. It's hard to tell.
You should crawl inside and try to control it.
I will wear it as a mech.
What could go wrong?
Fuck it.
Fireball?
No. I already know Fireball doesn't
Flaming
work.
Sphere?
No.
He's learning.
No. Weird is growing as a character.
Yeah, it's because I'm the only one who still stays fucking alive long enough to grow.
Hey,
Oh,
who do you
suck
have to
it.
thank for that? Your meat shield.
Suck it.
Let's say it's easy to stay alive behind everything.
You can pick different fucking classes. Okay.
Funny thing is, I
I can't.
picked a character that stays in the back.
I have to keep you alive.
Well,
make
you gotta have
ranged
something
touch
between you
attack.
and Creeper.
Okay. I'm going
Remember
to
when
cast
we
a
put you in
spell.
the jar?
Okay.
The ranged touch attack.
Okay.
Beetle.
Its touch AC is low because it's a very large creature. It's huge, in fact.
Well, hopefully this works. Okay. Probably not gonna fucking work, but what do I get for ranged touch attack again?
It's your base attack bonus plus your dex modifier.
Okay. Does a 9 hit?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck yeah!
It's a huge
Okay.
mechanical creature. It has a dex, or it has a touch AC of 9.
Alright, so this is enervation.
Okay.
Specifically says you point your finger and fire a black ray of negative energy that suppresses the life force of any living creature it strikes.
Okay.
You must make a ranged attack to hit. If you hit, the subject gains 1d4 temporary negative levels.
Okay. Roll a
Really glad
d4.
He didn't miss and hit me in the back.
Right?
4.
Okay.
Nice.
You can see
Please.
within all the mechanical stuff. You can see like inside its main body. You can see what looks almost like a stove or an oven or a furnace. You can also see several little bubbling, boiling bits. Likely is where the acid's coming from. Little cracks in its form just kind of do have like semblance of or light coming out of it. And you do see that it starts to kind of bind up a little bit, and the metal seems to corrode slightly.
Okay.
Possibly maybe doing 2 negative levels worth of effect instead of 4. But yeah,
I'll
like
take
some
it.
of it begins to move much more herky-jerky, like it's more hydraulic, like an animatronic instead of as fluid as it once was.
Sweet.
So it has some effect, but not the full effect.
Okay, well,
I'll take it, man.
it has the negative levels for 9 hours.
Nice.
If it
Nice.
survives that long.
So it loses 2 hit die.
Even if we die, it'll be miserable till the end of the night.
Roll a percentile for me.
Okay.
No, 98.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
So one of the
Spits out a thorn.
One of the fire heads. It's made entirely of cast iron. Its eyes glow red.
Hars, Benedict, Finnick, and Boulder all split out. Yay!
No.
Oh my gosh!
So one of the fire
Did we
heads.
miss one?
You can see the fire within its eyes all kind of just fade, and you see its joints kind of freeze up, and then the head just kind of crashes to the ground. And one of the acid heads looks like it's made more of a bronze, and it's you can see inside it or some reflective material. It looks like it might have glass inside it. You can hear the glass kind of crinkle and shatter as that head also collapses to the ground.
Yay!
Like its entire neck stalk and the head just kind of wither and become lifeless.
Fuck you, bitch! That's my turn.
Cool. That was Mir. Todd, your turn. With your
How far
glowing
away?
10-foot lightsaber.
How far away is the Hydra?
It's right next to you.
Perfect.
If Ember tried to bite you.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I wasn't sure if it also had reach.
It does have a reach, but it matches your reach because you have a 10-foot fucking sword.
10 foot.
Critical threat.
Critical threat.
It's
Nice.
a 19 on the dice.
Roll a knowledge nature for me, please. Just in addition to.
Okay. Real quick
Mhm.
for confirming a crit.
Okay.
Do I just use the other dice, or do I roll again?
What do you mean? No, just roll again.
Okay. 1 or 2.
I think it's just one. Isn't it?
That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
That is a 16 plus 22.
Confirms.
And
I need you to roll me a nature
no,
check.
Nature 10.
You've never faced a Hydra, so you don't necessarily know the ins and outs of fighting a Hydra.
No, even if I did, this is a robot.
I wonder if chopping its heads off will be effective.
We'll find out.
Right. So
We'll
make
find out.
roll your
But
critical damage.
it's robot Hydra, so
For sure. Point out how much you're rolling.
Crits don't count. Fuck you.
Can I borrow,
Yeah, sure
can I
can.
borrow one more?
There you go.
Oh, wait, no, I take it back.
Yeah, I don't have one more.
I just need 4 more.
One more what?
D6s.
there you
There
go.
you go.
I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. I have my initial 8, 10, and 4 more from the crit. So that's 14 d6.
Yeah, you had to crit to get one more roll than me.
Plus 8. And yeah, but I don't have spell slots for this.
That's a lot of sixes.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good.
Can we skip
do-
to when they're
yeah.
basilisks?
Do you want me to specify between acid, lightning?
Lightning, yes.
Lightning? Okay.
And acid, yes.
So yes. Okay. Hold on. I forgot if shocking does something on a crit.
It does. Shocking burst or just shocking?
Shocking.
Shocking, no. Shocking does 1d6. Shocking burst does the extra damage on a crit.
Okay. Okay, so that's 1 acid.
Okay. That
Um,
makes sense. It's green.
yeah. Wait, does that get? Do I roll 2 of those?
No.
Because it's a weapon thing.
That's true. No, shocking doesn't.
No, for the acid of the sword.
Right. It's basically treated like shocking with
Okay.
acid, so that I don't believe
Gotcha.
doubles.
Okay, so 1 for acid.
Okay.
My lightning dice was a 6.
Okay.
The rest. $61.
And that includes your bonus as well?
Yes.
Okay. Double your bonus?
No. 69. Hey!
Mathing 36. 96? Total? Well, that's, yeah.
So 69 plus 6 lightning and 1 acid.
Okay.
However, those.
So
are
I was total, all told, it's 96 points of damage.
Damn it! I almost hit 100.
Yeah, 96 all told done to the creature so far.
Okay.
Fuck. So you, with your 10-foot sword, or lightsaber. Start hacking at the root of all of these heads, and you don't necessarily sever all of the necks, but you plunge your weapon into the inner workings of this creature enough that the furnace begins to erupt into the roiling acid cauldrons.
Awesome.
And the two mix, and it mixes badly, and the entire body begins to melt and corrode as two things that should not come together, and it erupts in acrid flame and smoke. The heads each collapse, and kind of one of them actually kind of detaches with great force from the body and just kind of launches like a loose fire hose across the street and crashes into a building.
Sorry!
The rest writhe, a couple of them twist on themselves, and the mecha, or the 9-headed mecha pyrohydra dies.
Fuck. That's awesome.
And we're left in the street with you seeing a reasonably large man wielding a brilliant 10-foot energy blade, causing complete chaos to this mecha pyrohydra.
If I may. 9 minutes!
No, 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
9.5 minutes!
I don't know how long it was going to take.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know how much time it was.
You didn't even make it long enough. Like, you could still see the airship thing, like, trying to turn around. It hasn't completed its turn.
How low is it?
300 feet.
Can we do this?
Fireball
I'm going to
the
look
balloon.
at Beard. Point at the sky whoopee cushion. Can we do this?
I can get us up there. I can't get us back.
Get me up there.
I can get us back.
Can you choose
Us up there.
Yeah.
where to cast Flaming Sphere at?
Not that far.
You can't do that. You can cast it in the air, just immediately falls.
Actually,
I have
I
9.5 minutes.
I could send magic missiles up at it. Try to pop the balloon.
Like I was going to say, cast Flaming Sphere inside the balloon.
I just checked the same
You can't do
thing.
that.
100 feet plus level.
For magic missile?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit out of range.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought magic missile had way longer range than that.
No.
It's medium range, not long.
I
I think fireball has long range.
yeah,
Yeah, I do.
fireball is.
Yeah, I really do.
Cool.
I don't think. There's no way to get down. We're
Nope.
gonna die.
Right.
I would like
down.
Ride it.
nature checks from Lyra and Mir,
I can't get us all.
and a survival check from
Can you get me up there?
survival check from Toad.
I mean, it's better now.
Check?
Yeah.
That's a 9.
10.
9 and 10.
9.
I don't have a skill rank in that.
Okay, wait. Just for clarification, he's now stone.
Yep.
Is he a person or an object?
Object.
He's stone.
So he's an object.
Stone object.
Shiloh's not here. You're here and alive
For 9.5 minutes.
for 9.5 minutes. I don't know what you are yet.
Yeah, you haven't even seen each other yet.
Well, you're looking at me asking.
Yeah.
Can I have, like, run out to see what the fuck he's
Yeah,
talking
totally.
about? Okay. And
So
then,
a man in a black cape, or cloak, not cape, cloak, runs out. Are you still wearing the cloak? What are you wearing?
I've got the cloak on,
Okay,
but my hood's down. I've still got the glasses.
sure.
I run out, and I
A
go...
wizard comes out of the bakery.
No crown.
I go, maybe you want to write it?
Yeah.
And then I look over to her, or him, sorry. Her, sorry.
I don't assume there's a hood.
I don't know.
Are you stacked?
What is your preferred pronoun?
Yeah, what's your cup size, Tyler? Tyler, how
Nobody
big are
cares.
your boobs? Tyler, pull from your wealth of personal knowledge on this topic.
Tyler,
How
Do
big
you
are
know
your
what
boobs?
cup sizes are?
And
Barely.
and go, I pull my wand
They're
and
tricky.
go, are you with us?
I pull out my wand and say the same thing. And
Yeah.
wink. The command word
Tries
is...
but fails.
I'm not gonna fuck
Let's take it down.
No, I'm just saying, are you like with us in a group?
Oh, sure.
Like, or are we enemies?
No, I'm
literally threatening you.
We have no time!
Alright, get the fuck over here! I gather everybody up. I'm gonna grab Krieger.
Can I ready an action before the teleport? Before the blink?
No,
Okay.
Put me in the bakery.
because you don't know where you're going to be, so
That's
it's disorienting.
Yeah.
I'll put the big stone
It's hard
thing
to be
in the
ready
Zeppelin.
by
Put me in
your
the
very
bakery.
I just want that.
That's fine. Yeah, sure.
I promise I'll do it.
We're wizarding, it's fine. Tyler, I promise not to fuck you. Unless you're easy. But I mean, I'd have to be Krieger to it. Krieger's gonna fuck you. Krieger's gonna fuck you.
You know when you create a character and you don't think everything through?
Yeah, happens to me all the time.
I can bring us. He can't come. I only have one dimension door!
Don't bring Krieger.
Do you have a way up? You're an object.
You're an object.
I
You're
know.
a bonus.
But I'm a rock.
Do you have a way
No.
up?
Leaving you doesn't mean I can take him. I can take one medium creature and an object.
No?
Alright. So why bother taking the rock that can do nothing?
Because if we're gonna ride this fucking thing away, then we're not coming back for you. We're leaving. Ripley, we are leaving.
Hey,
Like,
Question, Nick.
even if we don't take you, that doesn't get to bring Tyler.
Question for Nick.
Absolutely.
Magical beasts.
not. Magical beasts.
Knowledge check to know about them.
where to
Which
find it?
Magical beasts are kind of it can either, depending on the specific, it can be knowledge nature, knowledge plane, knowledge religion. Magical beasts are kind of the junk
cool to have.
drawer of
Sure.
creatures.
I would like Arcana checks from the two of you, and you if you can do it.
Sure, I can get at least a 10. Nope, 7.
It's a bit more difficult than nature.
Arcana?
Yes.
32.
Fuck.
Make that an 8.
Lyra, did you
He
want
wrote
to
the book.
Do what?
Nate,
I
Arcana check?
invented this shit.
The
Yep,
bestsellers on Amazon right now.
You invented written language to write the book.
Right.
Wow, natural 19. Arcana?
It would make you
Fun fact.
look like it was
26.
written in crayon. And then it would read it to you.
Mird's middle name is Arcana.
As you're trying to sort this out, you kind of survey the scene, just like, what the fuck am I bringing? You remember reading some weird, obscure book that one of the cures for a basilisk curse is to douse the body in basilisk blood, fresh basilisk blood.
You know what's funny? I actually know that from watching Critical Role.
Yeah. That's the only
Awesome.
reason I know it.
Not splashing the body, dousing the body.
So I can't like rub it all over him?
You know that a basilisk has enough blood to douse 1d3 medium-sized creatures. These basilisks are big enough to douse 2 medium creatures or 1 creature.
Sweet, but how much time is that going to take?
It's going to take time.
9.5 minutes.
How much would it take?
And it has to be done within 3 hours of the basilisks dying.
Just flip them over and rip them in half.
He's not strong right now.
Do you tell me this?
Yeah.
Can you pick one up?
Can I pick one up? Technically, it's an object, so I could take one, but I can't take Krieger.
No. Pick one up. Cut it in half. Just stick it on top of it.
Oh, actually, I have strength penalty.
So do I. You.
The 2 of you can pick it up.
Okay.
Pick one up.
Can you pick it up?
Can
Probably
we,
not.
No. Can we leverage it up on top of Stone Krieger and then cut it open?
Sure.
Sure.
Hold it in place.
Just
Okay. You do this as one of the as that airship that you're looking at goes away.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Well, at least goes out of range of what dimension door. It's moving. It's not moving. It doesn't look like it's moving very quickly, but since it's moving over in the air, it actually goes pretty damn quick.
It's like a C5.
We
Doesn't
could
look like it's moving at all.
have got a
Going
fucking
500
airship, but
miles
we
an
had to
hour.
deal with the stoners.
So, eventually,
It's more than 760 feet away.
yes.
Okay.
Good job, though.
Just
No,
checking.
it was worth checking.
Cast dimension door again.
I don't have.
These
I
things
only
have
got
a
it once.
really decent fly speed.
And you can't use your bonded object again, can you?
Nope. Can't do it until tomorrow.
So, after taking the better part of all of the one basilisk's blood supply and a good portion of the other one, the armor that encompasses Krieger begins to regain its previous dark luster. And we form.
I don't want to say this, but it took damage because of my roll of 1.
No, it was a
No. It was
was
affected by
affected
the effect.
Yeah, it got turned
So
to
it
stone.
got turned to stone too. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like ruined or broken or
No.
No.
If it was a fireball you were saving against, it would have taken damage.
Got it.
Since it was a
But you didn't
certain
have to save
effect.
against the fireball because you were stoned.
Yeah.
The nice little stone protection.
Perfect.
So the form underneath the armor also begins to reanimate.
Still T1000, right?
The form underneath the armor begins to reanimate.
Does he still have a keyhole?
My statement stands.
I poked the keyhole.
It's behind it. It's underneath the armor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind every time you just have to wind up and take the fucking back plate off, wind it.
Open
back
the
on.
panel.
There's now a little square thing with 4 screws.
Yeah.
Easy access port.
Hope Rogue doesn't find that.
Krieger feels like shit.
Krieger feels.
Krieger feels!
Krieger finishes shitting. And that was a rock
Yeah,
hitting his armor.
2 rocks tink out into your armor.
And he
You
just
feel
cops a squat.
like hot garbage, and you don't know where you are. You're in a fucking city. There's there's a hulking metal mass in front of you that's clearly destroyed.
You're in Bastion. How
And Toad is talking to a woman dressed in white.
And I do shit myself.
do you not know where you are?
9 minutes. Mirrored.
What?
Where are we going?
Oh.
Apparently, the allergies in Bastion are terrible.
Right. Fuck.
That's what you
It's
guys
that-
do.
He's allergic to extraplanar
It's
travel.
that 9/11 dust.
Right?
Oh, God.
We did knock down a tower last time.
You're fucking
Anyway.
black clone.
We're terrorists.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of this group.
Too late!
Yes, you do.
Gorg's just another pronunciation of Allah.
Just let it wash over you.
This Krieger finishes shit.
You're not the cause of all the dust around.
Okay.
It's only since you've been in Bastion.
I have a way to fix you, but I can't try it till tomorrow.
Where are we going?
Home. Or out of the city. Harsk is supposed to meet us here.
Where's Harsh?
I don't know who Harsk
Rolling
is.
knowledge
It was
local.
worth a shot. You don't know where Harsh
Should
is.
not have put things away.
What
One
happened?
of those was a 20. That or just
Lots
Hi,
of
Krieger.
shit.
I have 9 minutes.
That is a nice sword you
10.
have.
It's no longer glowing.
10.
I
10?
will explain later.
I shall do this. High or low?
Oh my god.
Low. Because it's me.
No, his favorite song is Get Low.
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Who?
Don't worry about it. I have another idea. I can...
Are you okay? You seem like you've taken a lot of damage.
Dude, it's been a long couple fucking days, okay?
Where are we?
We're in Bastion. We need to get home. We need to figure out a way to talk to Harsk before he gets here. Because we are fucking leaving. This
Hoodie.
is a person. I don't know.
How do we get out?
I would try the gates.
What do
That's a
you
bad
know?
idea. Outside the gates, there's an army.
Okay.
Trying to get us killed.
Under normal circumstances, I would try the gates.
No.
That.
Pretty sure the gates are that way where all the noise is.
What?
We don't want that.
That's true.
Go through the wall.
They could also go by ship, potentially. Smuggle themselves out.
Where is it you're trying to get exactly?
Not here. As far away as not here as possible.
Could go to the docks.
There are mages teleporting people out and in for evacuation,
that.
but most of that's done through the military, and it's basically women and children first, the sick and the elderly, the people that can't help defend.
Sick, elderly, perfect.
Yeah, we don't look it. That's
No.
not gonna work.
You're right.
I can keep us safe in another dimension for 9 hours. So if we can wait it out.
8 minutes 30.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna go back to fucking sleep. In my plan.
Is Mirrored
Upgrade my
injured?
armor.
Is Mirrored injured?
Is Mirrored injured?
About halfway.
Oh yeah. Both of these two are very singed and
I have a bite wound.
dissolved. And do you have a bite wound?
I have a bite wound.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Only one of them bit you.
while
Right?
this is going on, I'd like to use one of my medium
Okay.
Am I
potions of
turn to you
healing.
and go, do you need healing? I can help.
Yeah, brush me up.
And I cast...
Normally I do it to myself, but
I cast Celestial Healing.
Cool. Is it like infernal healing?
It gives quick healing? Quick
Fast
heal
heal?
event? Fast heal
So
event?
it's the good version of infernal healing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you feel
and it's 5 per turn?
it's one
One per-
turn
Yeah.
1 per turn.
for a number of rounds equal to your caster level.
Gotcha.
So you heal for 8.
2d8 plus 2 for medium?
3.
3d8 plus 2.
No,
Or
2d8
2d8
plus
plus 3.
Oh,
5,
normally I'm a healer.
8, 11.
You
Not
do
at the moment.
I am too.
You do feel kind of an overall grace about you for a little bit, but
feel like
it's
dancing.
still kind of numb.
Thanks.
Strut.
Krieger goes to clean his armor.
You coming?
Rocks out.
Yeah,
Perception checks,
absolutely.
please.
14.
Natural 1.
13.
Wait, that doesn't
Okay.
matter.
You
Yeah,
can
those are my
perceive
skills.
again, Krieger.
6.
7.
Nice.
Just as good as you always do.
So what'd you guys all get? Like none of you got above like a 15, right?
I got a 14.
14. Okay.
I rolled
So
a 1.
you guys,
I missed Jeremiah.
you guys hear there are a couple other explosions in the distance, and as that kind of settles, the rumble of that settles down, you hear several the clanking of several boots running down the street from the direction you came.
I immediately look at Mirrored. Go to bed.
Time to hide.
Not great.
You hear a voice go, "Where the hell have you guys been?" From a familiar dwarf.
Harsk!
You turn and you see Harsk leading a patrol of about 10 footmen.
I charge tackle, hug him.
That's what we're calling session.
Perfect.